Hello, everybody. What's going on? With any luck, we are live. It always takes a little bit of luck, you know? There we go. Look at that. What's going on, Hans Boone? Good evening to you, sir. Good evening to my coffee. Is it afternoon or is it evening for my coffee? It's afternoon, I think. Late afternoon. We are here in Venezuela, the birth country of Mrs. IslandSimPilot. And we are ready to rumble. Let me make sure I didn't turn down my volumes too much. Kenneth, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you. So, let's do some Venezuelan island hopping. What do you guys think? Let's go. External power supply on, rotating beacon on, mixtures and props full forward. Go master and battery switches on. We'll go fuel valves open. We'll go fuel pumps on. We'll go mags on number one. Take a look outside. See if there's anybody out there to kill or maim. There is not. And we'll go toes on the brakes. Start the right engine. Oil pressure is good. Mags to both. Quick look out the left side. And we'll start the left engine. No, we won't. Yes, we will. There's a good start. Oil pressure is good. Mags to both. Alright, close the starter hood cover. Fuel pumps off. Fuel pressure's looking okay. Avionics master coming on. Nav and strobe lights coming on. Let's go transponder squawk altitude. Let's lean the mixtures. Kenneth Ramos, what do we got? Not at home right now. You know, so the Twin Otter is it's I've got it. It's just big. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I gotta work with that, but never fear, gentlemen. Never fear. Angel or Angel, either one. Let me know which one is your preferred pronunciation. Good to see you. Or if it's not even your name, if it's just Angel 15, that's cool too. How you doing? It's good to see you. Um, all right, so we are on the coast of Venezuela. I'd forgotten this is a really kind of a cool airport when we flew in here, and I'm sort of confused, but that happens often. All right, let's see here. So, oh, you know what? We skipped an airport. So so we landed at Sierra Victor Golf, India, and I meant to start there today and fly here. But what I did was I just skipped that entire flight entirely. Sorry about that, guys. So well, that's all right. So we are one step closer to wherever it is that we're going. Let me get my chair set here. So, and the other thing I have to do is apologize to anybody who was planning on being here. Mike, yes, we are East USA. Uh, is to apologize to anybody who was planning on being here Sunday. I forgot that we were going to a wedding on Saturday, and as one might suspect, I was not fit for duty on Sunday. So, um, all right, let's go. External power supply off. Toes on the brakes. Release the parking brake. And so, yeah, so that cool place that we landed at last time, we just fast forwarded over here. Which direction are we going to be taking off? Now that I have no idea where we are. I'm guessing runway 10 is probably going to be the answer. Winds are 10014. So, we should be good to go. How long is this runway? I have no idea about that either. 2,647 feet, so we'll go down this way. So, it is good to see everybody back. And I tell you, it's good to be back in the Britten Norman Islander. I set up some viewpoints. Look at this. I've been flying this plane for I have no idea how many years, and I finally got around to setting up some setting up some places to look around this beautiful airplane. The only thing is I don't use um, I don't use autopilot in this plane, so it's kind of not that easy to kind of move around. The other thing I need to do. Sorry guys, 1 second. General options, traffic, turn on airport traffic nameplates, and now we know who everybody is. Barista Flyer is with us again. How are you, Barista Flyer? Alright, mixtures of props full forward, we'll go fuel pumps on. Set the flaps for takeoff, and we're going, it's gonna be a left downwind departure. It might be a right downwind departure looking at things, we'll see. Alright, off we go. Nathaniel, what's going on? Nathaniel, I had to roll back to 555.85 and there's 70 knots because the 555.99 was terrible. Terrible. It was the first bad driver I've gotten in quite a while. It's going to be a right downwind departure, by the way. From looking at things. I can't believe I skipped an airport. I feel, well, not an airport, but a leg. Bring the props back here. Yeah, the 555.99 was appalling. And I think I learned something actually from it because there's Chris Loach. See, I'll feel really bad if they're at the last airport that we flew out of, and I tricked everybody into not going to where we're supposed to be going. I did the display, the DD. Hey, what's going on? We're just flying. We're just flying. I'm gonna drop the nose here, let the flaps come up. 1000 feet AGL, turn the fuel pumps off. And we're gonna be climbing over this mountain here, from the looks of things. There's somebody in the CRJ-7. That's a cool airplane too. That is a underrated airplane. Bob, I'm doing well. How are you doing? I'm assuming you're at your spreadsheets. Yeah. Oh, the last place you landed, Chris. Okay, that makes me feel better that I didn't set you astray. Because I accidentally skipped a leg. 302. And I think, I mean, the scenery is pretty cool. I kind of like it. See Jim Bridgman there. Alright. I gotta go a little bit of rudder trim here. What am I doing? What's my name? Where am I? Alright, let's go this way. 302 is the on-course heading. Yeah, I know the feeling. It's like time to make the donuts, right, Bob? I do the same thing. 302, I think is what it said. So now we'll go OBS. No, I don't mean OBS, I mean CDI. Alright. We gotta go at least 3,000 from the looks of things. Alright, I'll bring some power out, bring the props back. So, I think I'm gonna cut over. I'm gonna cut over right here. And then go along the coast. I think that's going to be more entertaining. So, speaking of entertaining, what has everybody been up to? I have been making YouTube videos, which is not a real big surprise. Turn my landing light on. Yeah, I got a flight in yesterday, a 737 flight, which was pretty cool. You know, I'm gonna go up to 3,500 feet just to clear these mountains just a little bit. Just to clear these mountains by a little bit more. So I got a 737 settle up. I got a 737 flight in yesterday to a new destination. I flew from Chicago to Salt Lake City, Utah, which was a flight for, which is a flight for American Virtual Airlines, and I am now a senior captain at American Virtual Airlines. And by the way, when you're crossing mountains, which these qualify as mountains, if you're crossing mountains in an airplane, if the winds across those mountains are 40 knots or greater, you should climb at least 2,000 feet above the tops of the mountains. If they're 25 knots or greater, you should go at least 1,000 feet above. Because you can get pretty wicked up and down drafts, some of which can exceed the climb capability of your airplane. Not this airplane, but this airplane's got 600 horsepower. It would probably outclimb most down drafts, but if you're in a piston single, you gotta be careful. I'm going to get some time in the Vision Jet this month. Nice. After my Salt Lake City flight yesterday, my 737 went completely haywire. I went to fly another flight later in the day, and see that downdraft, 1,000 feet a minute, and the throttles were advancing themselves. The trim wheel was spinning on its own, and all of the warning lights were going off when I loaded into the airplane. I was like, what the heck? Got that 414, Jason, looking good, but you're liking that one. The RV-10 Barista Flyer. Barista Flyer, make yourself known. Who are you? You're intriguing. Alright, it's runway... What we got? Runway 1735 at our first destination. Whoopsie, let's get in the plane. 17th, yeah, dude, I have no idea what happened. Nathaniel, that driver to me was really jittery and stuttery. The performance was terrible with that driver. And that was, like I said, that was the first one in quite a while that was bad. So, and we might be really close, because I think we had to climb so high to get over this mountain. I think we might be really close to this airport. Yeah, 10 miles. Alright, so it looks like... Oh, okay, so it looks like it's going to be down in that valley right there. So Hans Boone and Barista Flyer were smart enough just to fly straight ahead. And I should have done that, but I wanted to get over here and see the coast. So let's take a look here. Look at this. How cool is this? Now I get to sit here and look out the window of my Islander. And that, I believe, straight ahead of us is... Whoopsie. That should be Margarita Island, and it is. So Margarita Island is a really cool place. It's a popular holiday destination. MCAS. Let's see, I have an RB-10 yell. Most annoying thing about the black square just flight TBM and Duke is having to install them from time to time. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the 737. What I did figure out though was that using a different startup profile fixed it. I don't know why, because people have been reinstalling. It's happened to a couple people apparently, and they've been reinstalling, and that doesn't do any good. So I just started fooling around. I decided to see whether starting cold and dark would allow me to fly the plane, and it does. And it does. So I have let's see here. Let's see here. Why is this airplane climbing? Why are you doing this to me? Alright. Let's see. So yeah, there's the runway right there. So this is going to require a chop of power. Let me get some flaps in here. There we go. So I'm going runway 17 just because I love landing over the water. Now we've got our descent rate going here. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with is. I didn't do anything that should have changed how the plane operated, but something went haywire. Alright, runway 17. Got Jim Bridgman, we got Hans Boone. I love overwater approaches, I really do. You guys probably figured that out by now, though. Alright, let's go fuel pumps on. Go mixtures and props full forward. Probably stand to lose a little speed here. This is the kamikaze approach. Alright. So, whoopsie, a little bit of a left crosswind. I didn't do very well landing the other time. I need to get some good landings in. My landings on Friday were terrible. I'll do what my friend Wayne does, which is put the last notch of flaps in at about 50 feet. A little bit of crosswind correction, not too bad. Not too good either. Yikes. Alright. Let's see here. Is that part of the airport, or is that just... No, it's not really part of the airport. But what we're going to do is turn around here and take a look at some landings. Alright, let's see it, fellas. Magnum PI coming in. Lean my mixtures. Alright, so let's see what we got, fellas. This is looking promising right here. That is nice, that is nice. He's coming this way. That is Transanguilla coming at you. I love that. I love that livery. Alright. You know, I love long approaches too. Hey, UN, how are you doing? We're doing awesome. I'm doing very, very well. Hans Boone greased it on. Greased it on. We got Angel 15 or Angel 15. Right. Now, what is our next destination here? Our next destination, this is gonna be probably 20-minute flight. This is a cool one, SVIE. So let's go direct. No. Oh, come on. SV. Why are you doing this to me? SVIE. Oh, I know my alphabet well. Alright, heading of 295. Not too different from what we just did. Alright, there we're good to go. I'm gonna start wandering down this way here. Hey, it's Mr. Bridgman. He's coming in the correct way. But I think that's the direction the wind was actually favoring. Alright, so fuel pump sign. Let's put those flaps up. Here comes Jason, the 414. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Dude, that was a greaser of a landing right there. That was a greaser of a landing. I need to check my trim. I like a little bit of nose up trim for takeoff. That is the SC7. Which one is that? That is the, I forget what that is. Right behind you. Oh, you were right behind me, Jim. Okay. I thought you probably, because the weather was like a day old, but it said it was favoring 3-5. Peter, what's going on? All right, yep. A little bit of left crosswind. This Loach in the 182 RG. That's a cool plane. That's on sale right now too. I'm saying, first time in the 414. That was a good landing. That was a good landing. Let's see here. I don't want to jump right out in front of them. Angel 15 coming in. Entered on the left base. That was. Of course you did. I should have suspected nothing less. Being the flight instructor. D-Dog, what's going on? Let's see what Angel 15's got to do. And that was kind of a fun approach, actually. So for whatever reason, my buddy who flies Islanders, he comes in at about 90 knots, and then he puts out the last notch of flaps right at the last second. That is looking nice. That is looking nice. That was a nice looking landing right there. Alright, we got mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. Let's go commit aviation. We're going to make a left downwind departure here. Alright, who's flying? Is that Jason flying the... Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy. You gotta pay attention to what you're doing. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but it's advisable. Alright. That's a kind of a strange looking road, isn't it? Alright. We'll go early turnout here. And we'll keep an eye on what it is that we're about to hit. Alright. Yeah, let's not go into an accelerated stall here. Alright, that was a tight departure. Alright, drop the nose a little bit. Flaps coming up. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Hans Boone is airborne. Angel 15's getting airborne. So we are going. There's 25,000 feet AGL. We'll turn the fuel pumps off. So we're going to Isla de Coca. Isla de Coche? Ay, ay, ay. Don't trust my Spanish. Isla de Coche. Yeah, it's just. I think 3,000 is going to do us well. It's just south of. And there's Mr. Bridgman. Just south of Margarita Island. And Margarita Island is one of the big, like, vacation spots in Venezuela, and it's a place I would really like to go see. And there's we actually know somebody who lives there, but it's just not a place that's really conceivable to go right now, unfortunately. Alright, so yeah, Peter, so we're in this is the Venezuelan coast now, so we've sort of made our way down. There's Trinidad. That's probably Grenada, if I had to guess. And yeah, and this is the coast of Venezuela. So we're heading out towards the ABC Islands that are misnamed because they're actually the BAC Islands. It's because I think it's BAC, because they don't go. It is it's the ACB Islands, I'm sorry. It's Aruba, Curacao, and then Bonaire. But they call them the ABC Islands, even though it's not ABC, it's ACB. Look at the waves, the wave imagery along the coast there. I love that. Alright. So, yeah, I can see it right now. That's it right there. So the flight from Isla de Coche to Margarita Island is going to be like literally 4 minutes, but it's still pretty cool. Alright. Still pretty cool. Power back a little bit. Props back a little bit. So now, as a senior captain with American Virtual Airlines, I am qualified now to fly the 777, which is pretty handy, right? Why are you doing that, airplane? Yeah, so if only there was a 777 available, right? If there was, boy, I would love to fly it. I mean, there is the Captain Sim one, but that doesn't count. We all know the one that counts. The one that counts is PMDG. I wonder what PMDG stands for. I never even thought about that. So, let's see here. There's huge mountain ranges all along the coast of Venezuela. If you ever fly into 300. Oh. If you ever fly into Caracas, there's a huge, huge mountain range right behind Caracas. Oh, that's right, 295. So, cool stuff. And now I can sit here in the back of my plane, look out the window. There we go. I've never sat this far back in the Islander. A couple times I sat, well, on her side, right here. But whenever no, James, it's coming sooner than that. It is coming sooner than that. That much I can tell you. And welcome aboard, James. Yeah, the PMDG 777. I'm looking forward to that plane. Precision manual development. Oh, cool. Thank you, Bob. So one of the interesting things, I've been doing some research about the 777 just because it's an interesting airplane. Hey Tony, you're super welcome. Thanks for joining and let me know. I appreciate it. It's a pretty amazing program, especially how far it's come in six months, basically 5 months. I mean, 5 months ago it was cool, but it was cool as an idea, but it wasn't really. Didn't really, the frame gen part didn't really work that well, but now it works freaking great. And as a matter of fact, this software that I'm streaming with right now is sort of kind of the same screen capture type of thing that lossless scaling uses. But I think that program is pretty amazing. I've heard some really good stories about people getting some super performance out of it. So glad to hear that, Tony. But the engines of the 777, like the nacelle they call it, the big circular engine casing. The engine that is the same size as the fuselage, the same circumference as the fuselage of the 737. So I mean, it's massive engines. And like, as far as flying it, there's some pretty cool stuff too. Because I was looking at like how to fly ILS approaches, and yeah, Kenneth, I think you're right. I noticed that same thing. But the other cool thing in the 777 is you don't have to do all the radio tuning for ILS approaches and stuff. When I'm flying the 737, I like flying RNAV approaches if the weather's good, just because then I don't have to tune radios, and I'm lazy because all pilots are lazy. But it does all that stuff automatically for the 777. But yeah, Kenneth, I think the Twin Otter is going to be making a comeback in 2024, and I pretty much nailed my prediction on the release date too, so I was pretty happy about that. It's a little later than I thought it was going to be. What I was really worried about, what they were going to do with Microsoft with FS24, is release it August 18th like they did with it, or August 20th like they did with this. Because on August 24th, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. And I am not going to be in a place where where I'll have access to a flight simulator. Gosh, that looks pretty good. One thing I've always loved about Microsoft Flight Simulator is these kind of like the surface water distortions. I guess that must be from like like what's the word I'm looking for? Not torrents, not streams. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. Oh, Kenneth, that's awesome. I love mountain biking. Actually, mountain biking's fun. Yeah, they're obsessed with the 172. The 172 is okay, but honestly, and the other thing I would really like to see, which was only done, I think, in FS 2004, what is a Piper Dakota, which is the updated Cherokee 235. It's like until like 1970 or maybe 1981, something like that. Look at that. That's called flying circles around me. Until 1981 or 2, it was the Cherokee 235. Hey Dan, you're super welcome. Appreciate it. No, you're Dan the man. I'm not the man. You're the man. Gladly, Dan. I'm glad to hear it's working for you. I was just saying a little bit ago, I was blown away with how much that program has improved since the last time I looked at it. I've had that on my computer since January, and I used it a little bit in testing, like in January. But now it's I mean, you could argue that it's actually better than the FrameGen mod, because if you use charts and when you fly, sure, whatever you want to do, you'll be familiar with this. When you're using the FrameGen mod, any sort of menu or anything like that does that. With loss of scaling, it does not do that, which is pretty cool. Alright, where are we? 13 miles. So 900-foot runway, nice. I didn't even look. Let me look. This one says, I see it at 3,915 is what it says. Runway 9. Oh, you probably meant runway 9. Runway 9 is, I imagine, what you were meaning to say. Yes, it's runway 9. Gosh, Isla. So this is Isla de Coche. Yeah, 3,900. And that is Margarita Island. I hope TN Beaker is flying that in Flight Sim 2020, because that's a cool plane. That's an underrated airplane. Hey, Mike Coffee, what do you have against Piper products? They don't. I mean, I don't think they have any. Do they have any stock Pipers? They have the Cessna 152, the Cessna 172, the Grand Caravan. That's 3 Cessnas, not counting the jets. I mean, what is it? The 700, the 900, the Cessna Latitude, Longitude. So they've got a whole bunch of Cessnas. They've got nothing in the way of Pipers as stock airplanes, and that's not right, in my opinion. It's not right. So be nice. The Cherokee 235. It's their answer to the Cessna 182. So the Cessna 182 has 230 horsepower, and so Cessna made the 182 230 horsepower, and Piper was like, okay, we'll make the Cherokee 235. But one of the amazing thing about I'm not sure about the 182. I would imagine the performance is pretty similar, but the Piper Cherokee 235 can pick up its own weight. Its load carrying capacity is the same as its own empty weight. I mean, it's just unbelievable. All right. So look at this. That is beautiful. Do I have to pay for Game Pass? No, you don't have to pay for Game Pass. You can buy the sim outright. You can use Game Pass if you want, which I guess if you play a lot of different games is a pretty good deal. But oh yes, D-Dog, that airplane, I'm psyched about that too. For one main reason, which is that so I most of my time, yeah, the 235 is unbelievable. Most of my VA flying time is for American Virtual and Lufthansa Virtual, and Lufthansa has a huge number of 707 routes, like heritage routes they call them. And oh man, the 707, that is sweet. I can't imagine how difficult. I wonder how advanced the autopilot in those planes is. I don't know. And I'm just wondering because like I was just thinking like flying a round gauge 4-engine jet. I mean it's just a crazy crazy idea. I mean it's not like flying the 737, I'm sure. That must I can't imagine back in the day those guys that flew like the early transport jets like across the Atlantic and stuff like that with round gauge dials. That's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. You ever want to read a cool book? A cool aviation book. There's one called Fate is the Hunter. A test pilot. A really cool book. And I'm way too high. I am way too high. And Jason has right of way on me because the airplane, when you're approaching an airport for landing, the airplane at the lower altitude has the right of way. Although you may not dive to get beneath the other airplane to try and take that initiative away. Yeah, the 707, that's freaking cool. The DC-10 autopilot is very high. That doesn't surprise me. Let me see. All right, we're gonna come in behind. Jason here. Maydot. Alright. I'm trying to think of other cool flying books. There's another one. I read. It was by the guy who did a lot of the early. Let's go mixture some props. Full forward, a few pumps are on. Did a lot of the early mail routes actually up in my neck of the woods, like in Syracuse, New York, and places like that. And but he flew prop planes all over the world, like all over South America, all over Europe, and those guys had brass ones. They really did. They really did. Alright, now this is a pretty cool looking approach if you ask me. And there is a pier with a boat on it, which I can only imagine is part of the scenery. This is a Freeware scenery. This is an old Freeware scenery. I've only flown in here like once or twice. Alright. Pressing gold, Bombasa, what's going on? That's pretty cool. Having a pier with a boat on it. It's pretty neat. That's gotta be part of this scenery. There's no way that's stock. There's no way. How cool is that? Must be windy today. Look at the water. Alright. Oh yeah. It's not looking very good. 80 knots, 400 feet per minute descent. We're good. Alright. Toes on the rudders. Whoopsie daisy. Alright. That was another unsatisfactory landing is what it was. Let's put some flaps up. Let's follow Mr. Bridgman. That was an unsatisfactory landing. Yeah, I mean, what's the guy's name? Antoine. He wrote The Little Prince, but he also wrote, what is that book? I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his name properly, even if I find it. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. He was an author and a pilot. He's well known for writing The Little Prince, but he also wrote a book called Wind, Sand, and Stars. If you want to read an amazing book, read that. Unbelievable. Yeah, I got the turbulence. I got nailed with it. Here comes Magnum. Let's see here. I'm gonna write that in the chat. The book is so good. Wind, Sand, and Stars. You want to read an amazing aviation book. That's a story about his time flying around Europe and North Africa in the 1930s and 40s, and he died in World War II. He crashed in World War II and died, and they just found his body. They just found the crash site about maybe a couple months ago, 6 months ago. So let's see here. Takeoff power is coming in. This next airport is right next door. Literally right next door. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed's alive. Woo. Alright, there's 70 knots. Alright. Oopsie daisy. There's Barista Flyer. Let that nose drop just a little bit. I'm going for 1,000 feet. Don't need any more than that. Let's see here. Whoopsie, that's what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Look at that thing climb. This plane climbs like crazy. No, not land. Just Wind, Sand, and Stars is the name of the book, and it is amazing. There's 1,000 feet. We'll go. Few pumps off. I think that's the airport right there. SVMG. It is. It's literally right in front of us. Alright, Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's an amazing book, amazing book. My wife's daughter, well, actually, my wife's daughter's daughter got it for me for Christmas. Now, mind you, she's 4, but she's got good taste in books. It does seem. Oh gosh. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. Do you have any more aviation book suggestions? Absolutely. So I'm gonna look. I gotta look this one up. I'm gonna look it up before we get off the chat here. Oh, that's the name of the Audible book. I gotcha. So Wind, Sand, and Stars is amazing. Another one is Fate is the Hunter. That is by an early test pilot who did some really wacky test flying stuff. Alright, runway 9er, so we're gonna go. I guess directly off our nose is where the airport is. This is Isla de Coco. No, Margarita Islands, and this airport just got updated a couple days ago. The freeware version. Fate is the Hunter is really good, and I gotta think of the other one. Let me see. Oh wait. Ha! I have my. This might lead to some funny flying, but I've got my. I got my Kindle right here. I might be able to look at it and tell you which. Because there's one that I can't think of the name, and the book is unbelievable. There's the airport. Let's see. Aviation reading. Come on, which book are you? Where are you? Oh, that one's a good one too. It's not on my Kindle. What was it? I gotta think of one. I'll think of it, Dan. I'll think of it. But what I do need to do is start. Let's see. Alright, let's go fuel pumps on. And start slowing down. Why am I climbing at 1,000 feet a minute? Alright. There's one more I've got for you, which I'll tell you about here soon. But Wind, Sand, and Stars is the best one, in my opinion. It's poetic. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. Let's see here. Where are you, airport? Well, you're going to be right under my wing because... okay. And eventually we're going to make our way on this portion of our trip through the Caribbean to Los Roques, which is a really cool airport. Fuel pumps on. I'll wait a little bit with the mixtures, or the props rather. And let me make sure. Yeah. Los Roques is a really cool one. Oopsie, what's going on? Alright. There's the DA-40. That's another cool plane. I haven't taken the time to fly. Didn't realize this had parallel runways. So we got a pilot passed everything. Couldn't land, so we bought a mall. The mall's a tail dragger, no? So he must have bought that to try to teach himself to land, I would assume. If you can land a tail dragger, you can land anything. I'm going to sidestep to this other runway because the airport's over there on that side, and it looks a lot cooler. We are coming in hot. Alright, mixtures possible. Forward fuel pumps, around flaps are sort of set. Yeah, I mean, if you want to learn how to land, get a tail dragger, that's for sure. But also get some instruction, because tail draggers are no joke. The trick about tail draggers is that the little wheel always wants to be in front of the big wheels. and given the fact that the little wheel is at the back, it's a bit problematic. So as they say, you never stop flying a tail dragger until you've tied it down. Whoa, that was a... What's with my landings? What is with my landings? See, this one will wind up... No. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Now my dog's nervous because I'm not happy about my landings. But check this out, for a Freeware airport. I mean, look at this. I need the mixture. I'm just going over here just to look at this. It's unbelievable. I'll take out some taxiway lights while I'm at it. Love airports at night because taxiway lights make it look cool. Look at this for a Freeware airport. Hans Boone, greaser. Look at this. This is unbelievable. I mean, this is like... This is payware quality. It's unbelievable. Let me go flaps up. So I'm gonna... What was the name of that book? Maybe... Let me see. Well, that one looks pretty good. Trying to see. It's going to be in my list of the books that I bought. So let's go. Bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to find this book. I am going to find this book. Oh, no. Oh, it wants my pin? Okay. And... Okay, good. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. And now it's... Alright. Aviation. Come on, what was it called? What was it called? Please show up. I can't find it, but I'm gonna think of it. Oh, real airplane is a lot easier to land than the sim. A lot easier. Alright, next up. The only difference is that in the sim, you don't pay a price for screwing up. But yeah, real airplane is a lot easier to land. SVLB. So this is a really, really remote island. And I'm not 100% sure that the airport out there is even recreated in the sim. I mean, I assume it is, but we're gonna find out. Heading at 341. Dial that in. Dan, if you want to hop in the join the Discord if you're not in the Discord already, and we'll keep the discussion on aviation books going because there's some really, really cool ones. And I'm dying to think of the one that I'm trying to think of, and I can't. Alright, mixtures and props, full forward, fuel pumps, round flaps are set. Trim is what? Where's my trim? Okay. I'm just gonna go from here. We got enough runway. So we'll do a short field takeoff. Toes on the brakes. Takeoff power coming in. Nice. Yeah, we'll keep the chat on alright, takeoff power set. We'll keep the chat on aviation books going because there's some great ones. Look at that. I'm just amazed at this airport. It's nuts. I'm absolutely amazed at this airport. Look at this. I mean, that's freeware. That is absolutely incredible. That is absolutely incredible. That is a little lighthouse. That's got to be part of the scenery. That is wild. So I'm going to assume, yes, we gotta go this way. Now I'm completely disoriented. Or as the British would say, disorientated. I have a cat profile picture. So that over there has got to be... Okay, that's got to be... I was going to say, that's got to be the coast. No? It's got to be the coast, right? Is that Isla de Coche? Okay, there's 1,000 feet AGL. We'll turn our fuel pumps off, check our fuel pressures. And I don't know whether you guys are aware of this or not, but my flaps are still down. A pilot is never lost. We may be temporarily unaware of our present location, but we are never lost. That is true. And Jim Bridger, that is a Rod Machado joke. Oh, he'll know who I'm talking about. Oh, cool. Yeah, I got some pretty wild sunset pictures from my Cherokee. I was doing pattern work one night. I mean, it wasn't night. It was like right around. You like that one, Jim? It was right around sunset, and I got some amazing, like one of those like fire red sunsets. Amazing pictures. Yeah, Rod is a nice guy. I have people who know him. I my old instructor used to be in his videos, or used to be in his advertisements, as a matter of fact. You know, I am looking forward to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, but honestly, is life too bad right now? No, it's not. This is amazing. This really is amazing. It really is. Because he knows where he is. It's about it, too. It's 2,500 climbing 3. Should I be climbing 3,000? No, I should not. Look at that. I mean, I guess what I'm thinking, like, when I think about Flight Sim 24, I almost can't even conceive of how could it be that much more amazing than this, but it will be. I have no doubt that it will be. Alright, there's 3,000 feet. But I mean, this simulator is amazing. Still blows my mind. Alright. Let's see here. Whoopsie. Why don't we go in the direction that we're supposed to be going? How's that for an idea? What was it, 341? Let's go 330. Let's That's what happens when you spend too much time pressing buttons. It's one of the things I love about this plane is that I just hand fly it, so I force myself to think, even if it doesn't always work. The thinking part, that is. Let's see here. Alright, looking forward to 24. Hopefully load 5. Yeah. I think Flight Sim 24 is going to be mind-boggling. I really do. Alright, nose, come on. Little bit of trim. How about we lean the mixtures? How about that for an idea? Alright. I think I'm better at flying on instruments than I am at looking out the window. Come on, EGTs. And there they go. So we come back in. 50 degrees and we're good to go. A little bit of rudder trim. Yeah, I think I'm better at instruments than I am at flying, looking out the window. There is Barista Flyer. Alright. 3,000 feet, we are almost on course. Yeah, so, Mike, I think everything that, everything, in theory, everything that works in Microsoft 2020 should work in 24. I'm going first day. I'm going first day. And I'll probably... ground speed 150, so we got a good tailwind. I'll probably get a new computer. Because I got this one in... When did I get this one? This one's a 3080 Ti. I might get a new computer, we'll see. This looks intimidating, doesn't it? Imagine doing this with like no radio, no GPS, no nothing. Alright. So, gosh, that view is amazing. That's like one of the first things I remember about this plane, or this sim, is that it's like when you're looking out the window in an airplane in this sim, and it actually looks beautiful. It's like I never conceived of a game looking beautiful before, or a sim, whatever you want, however you want to refer to it. New amp. Yeah, I mean that's one of those things. Is funds are usually limited for stuff like this. So the vacation that we're going on in August is going to cost me a small car, because we're going to Anguilla and St. Martin for 2 weeks. So I might not be buying anything when I get back from that trip, because I might be broke. So we'll have to see. But I'm still pretty happy with the performance of this computer. I think 24, Flight Sim 24, is going to be easier on the system than 2020 is. That's what I think. Use the sim. I don't think they're ever gonna make you go over. I think this sim will go for quite a while. I'll probably luggage caddy. I think this sim is gonna be good for quite some time. And honestly, I would be happy flying this sim for quite some time. The only thing that would make me want to move. I mean, I'm gonna do it first day anyway. But the only thing that would make me do it is if a plane came out that was only plane came out that I really, really wanted that you could only use in 24, but not in 2020. That's the only thing that would make me switch. But with the 777 coming out, I don't really think. I don't know. I don't know how many planes there are out there that would really make me feel that way. So Hans, are you saying you're not updating anything until Flight Sim 24 comes out? Because that's actually a pretty decent plan. Are we going into the Bermuda Triangle? Because I keep going left and left and left. And I feel like I was on the correct heading, but clearly I'm not. Yeah, dude, there's nothing wrong with the 2060, and that's the cool thing about like the frame gen mod and lossless scaling and all that stuff. Like you can get plenty of life out of that. I mean, what I'll probably do is yeah, I mean, I'll probably get Flight Sim 24 and see how it runs on this system before I do anything. Because it may run just fine. I may not. There may be absolutely no need to update my PC at all. You know, it's possible. Magnum PI, tracking, Barista Flyer. She is at a correct VFR altitude. I'm assuming Barista Flyer is a female. She is at a correct VFR altitude, so she knows what she's doing. Wouldn't it be funny if that was Avangel? Barista Flyer. I like Avangel. You guys watch Avangel? She does a lot of... Whoopsie, sorry. She does a lot of flight review, like airplane reviews. I like her channel. Her accent's a little hard to place. It seems... I know, right, Mike? It seems British, but also not British. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see here. Why are you climbing? Alright, our new destination is straight ahead. We can't see it. It is La Blanquilla. I really hope there's someplace to land here, because if there's not, we're in trouble. Oh, I'm not, man. No, I'm not going to be able to wait. I am going to be on it. I will be one of the first people to get it. I wonder, you know, if I hadn't gotten myself thrown out of the Asobo forums, and if I hadn't gotten on Asobo's bad side, maybe they would have, maybe I could have been one of those preview people, but guess not. Low spec, right? 5600, RX 7600. Yeah, Hans, that's all you need. I keep saying it in my, in any of the videos that I talk about performance. The only thing I care about is it's smooth. I couldn't care less if I'm getting, 200 FPS or 20 FPS. If it's smooth, I'm good. That is the way I look at life. Let's see. Women tell me to keep in touch with my feminine side since I don't wear shirts. Oh, wait, that's not. Mike, are you Barista Flyer? Is Barista is one of those is like one of those coffee making women, no? So I thought barista is. Is that Mike Coffee right there? No, it's not. Wait a minute. You're playing with me and I'm falling for it. Let's see. We got Iron F. Guzman. Look at that. Is that okay? 5,000 feet. He's coming hot though in the F-18. All right. Oh, so barista is not. I always assumed that the A on the end of barista made it female. So now I have been exposed as somebody with lack of knowledge. Stock yellow vans are 10. Okay. Well, now I was always wondering who that was. It's hysterical. It's Mike Coffee. All right. What is the airport identifier? SVLB. I'm going to Google that. Please tell me the airport is still there. Let's see here. It looks pretty much like a dirt strip. Alright, dudes, we're going to do a dirt strip, which is pretty cool, I think. Oh, I totally forgot to look at the, I totally forgot to look at, there were four points of interest on Isla de Margarita, and I forgot all about it, which is poor form. And hopefully this sim will let us restart at this island that we're going to. Are we 25 miles still? All right. Yeah, I was. I have not met a barista. I just assumed that barista was female. I don't know. What was my? I'm trying to remember, Mike. What my MSN, my Microsoft given name was. It was. Oh, that's right. It was Stateside Siren 4, which I thought was. It wasn't too bad. I'm a famous flyer. Get it? You are a famous flyer. I'm not a coffee snob, but I do like coffee. I do like me some coffee. So this is gonna be and this island seems pretty much unoccupied. It looks stunningly beautiful. What runway is this going to be? It's going to be runway 10. Is going to be our landing runway today, and it is dirt. This must be a bit longer a leg than I thought it was, given the fact that I've got 150 knot ground speed, and it's taking quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Starbucks is not coffee, first lesson free. I'm not a real big Starbucks fan. What amazes me about places like places like Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts is that they can get consistency like that with that much volume, you know. Magnum PI, I can't argue with you there, dude. J Murder 822, at least it's raining buckets in the sim. But yeah, South Florida's getting hammered, isn't it? Where in South Florida are you? I fly out of there all the time. I was gonna fly out of there today, as a matter of fact, in the sim. But my morning was spent trying to figure out how to get the 737 working again. Kashif Collins, you know what's funny? I was thinking about you today, Kashif, when I set up the time for this. I was hoping that if you were available, that you'd be able to make it. But I am glad to see you, and hope work is not too much of a burden today. Work is always a burden. I got some more work to do when I get done with this stream. I got another hour probably. Wellington, West Palm. Okay, I've got a friend who has an office in West Palm. The only thing I don't like about craft beers, Magnum, is that all they make is IPAs. And it doesn't seem like they really know what IPAs are all about, because IPAs, India Pale Ales, it is really, really hot in India. Like, really hot in India. And when it is blazing hot out, there's nothing better than an India Pale Ale. Because that's the whole idea. But like they like triple IPA, quadruple. It's like, come on, give me a break. All they do is just like, I mean, you feel like you're chewing on hops. I don't know. I always say, I don't think Heineken's broken. So I like myself a good Heineken. You know. Days off are Friday and Saturdays. Kashif, then what we will do, I will try to make more of a habit of Fridays. I love doing Friday streams. The only reason I sort of hesitate to do Friday streams is usually Mrs. IslandSimPilot is done a little bit earlier Fridays. And then if I'm flying, she sits there tapping her foot, watching me, telling me to hurry up. Actually, she doesn't do that. It's just I feel guilty. But I like me a good Friday afternoon stream. So Kashif, we are gonna try to get some Friday afternoon streams in, my friend. We are gonna try to get some Friday afternoon streams in. So I'm curious about this. I'm curious about this airport. Apparently it's right on the south coast here. And it is a 1028 runway. And the pictures from this island look crazy. They look really, really beautiful. But it looks pretty much unoccupied. It looks pretty much unoccupied. So I'm going to wait until about 10 miles out. 10 miles is a good place to start your descent. Bishop's Finger or a tall blonde. Yeah. Yeah, J Murda, that's the thing, is that South Florida it's not really that ideal of a, you know, I mean, there's so much flight training that goes on down there. It's not really that ideal for it because of those afternoon boomers that you guys get. You know, I can't imagine driving a truck with all the geniuses on the road. Stuff you guys must deal with. You 18 wheeler or something else? Because I mean, people. Every time I go out, like when I leave the house now and I go drive somewhere, when I get home, I'm just glad I'm still alive. I mean, it's crazy what you see people do. Try some evening stream trips and pop in again. That's a good idea. That's a great idea, as a matter of fact, Kashif. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. I wonder what those little islands are. And I think my legs are falling asleep. 18 wheeler, yeah. So, Jay Murda, we were in Italy a couple years ago, and I had forgotten about this. I used to live in Germany, and I just forgot about it. But in Europe, most countries in Europe, I'm not sure all, but most countries in Europe, 18 wheelers are not allowed out of the right lane on highways. Think about that. That's crazy. The one thing that drives me nuts that 18 wheelers do is pass each other at like 1 mile an hour faster than the other one. And you got a trail of like 70 cars behind you. But you probably do that because otherwise you'd have to shift down gears and it's a pain in the ass. So. She thinks it means space. Yeah. I mean. Alright, we got Jason going in for landing there in the 414. Let's see, how far out am I? Not very. I think if I aim out this way a little bit, yeah, I think the runway is like, I think that's it right there. It's 1,500 feet. Yeah, that would be, yeah, because I remember we were driving from like Verona towards, whatchamacallit, Venice, on the highway in Italy, and there must have been a train of like 1,000 trucks sitting in the right lane, and there's nothing they could do. They were just sitting there, like literally not even moving because there were so many, and we were all just kind of cruising by. Some trucks are governed, so we can't speed up any faster. Yeah. It's gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta be this right here. This has gotta be our landing strip. Alright, let's go fuel pumps on. You can see it pretty clearly on Google Maps. I don't know how clear it's gonna show here. Let's go. D-Dog, you're in Papua New Guinea? There's 115. D-Dog, tell me, you're in Papua New Guinea? Nobody out here to annoy, so why don't we go mixtures and props full forward. And there's the white arc. Okay, so I pretty much made it up. There really doesn't seem to be much of an airport out here. Well, that's alright. It's kind of an adventure, right? I think this is pretty fun. I wonder if Google Maps of this island or the new Bing Maps mod would make this look a whole lot better. Oh, no way. Okay, well, I have to. I know there's a. Oh, wait, is that it right there? I don't even. Oh man, what am I doing? Let's see here. Oh, you know, I just realized what I did. Yes, pretty much got to be it. Here we go. That wasn't too bad. I mean, this works pretty well as an airport. You know? Just moved cloud out of Fort Lauderdale, North Carolina. Hey, good talking to you too. Jay Murda, if you want to join the Discord and come flying with us sometime, please do. It's listed in the links on the top of my YouTube channel. Thanks for dropping by. It's good to talk to you. You live in Indonesia. Ah, okay. I, for some reason, didn't know that. For some reason, didn't know that. Maybe I did know that? I don't think I did. Particularly given my surprise. Ramp ops, gotcha. We'll come over here. Ooh, that's going down hard. And pulls it out. I wonder if they're gonna let us load back in here. I'll have to check. Alright, Jay Murder, take it easy. Have a good nap. Oh, you're not kidding! Look at this! What the heck is this? What? What is this? So they must have. So the sim must have put this here simply because there's an airport listed, but they don't actually clearly know that it's a dirt strip. That's funny. Alright, we'll come over here and watch some landings. We got Magnum PI. We got Hans Boom greasing one on. Mixtures to idle cut off. Magnum PI greaser. We got Jim Bridgman. We got an A343. He's probably not coming in here. There is the DA-40. That's a cool plane. I like that plane. The F-18. This F-18's been sort of following us around a little bit, it seems. No? Where is... Are they on... I was going to say, are they on Volanta, but they're not. Huh. So, we've got Chris Loach. Greased it on. Greased it on. So that's hilarious. So because there's technically an airport here, Microsoft Flight Simulator put this fuel pump in the middle. Crosswind is a thing now. Yeah, it is. It is a thing in the sim. Let's see. DJ Idol. Okay. Do we have anybody else coming in? I don't think we do. What am I doing? Alright, let's go. Parking brake on. Mixtures idle, cut off, throttles are idle. Let's go lights off. We'll go avionics master off. We'll go fuel pumps up before we, or flaps up before we turn the master off and make ourselves look stupid. And we'll go mags off. Master and battery switches off. And we'll go chop. See what I did? I made myself this little view over here so I can now get over here and turn that stuff on and off easily. Alright! Look at that. Pretty cool flight. What do you guys think? I like our destination. It's pretty cool over here. And we got, how many islanders we got? We got 1, 2, 3. Nice. I want to be able to switch off, turn off all radios like normal and not with the AV switch. Yeah. Yeah. That was a pretty cool flight. I enjoyed that one. It's kind of a flyer on, get it? A flyer? Taking a flyer on coming out here to see what was out here because I really had no idea. I gotta make sure I'm not gonna run over my dog's tail with my seat. Um, but this is pretty cool. So next up is going to be. Oh, I turned my. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot. Is it the V button? Yes. Look at that. So next up is going to be right here, which is what is that? We're gonna go down there. That is La Tortuga Punta Delgada Airport. I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna come up here to this one, which I don't know what it is, and then here to Los Roques, which is going to be awesome. What? That's wild. Who's that? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Bunch of airport. Oh, I got my vehicles all turned off. That's funny. Um, yeah. So let's see. So there's gonna be. It's gonna be. We'll come down here, come back up over here, and then I want to go along the coast, but I want to go up here too. So we'll have to see. And then we'll come. There's some cool airports all over the place. Why don't we go exploring Venezuela? You guys want to explore Venezuela? I do. I think that'd be cool. Um, I've never flown a helicopter in Microsoft Flight Simulator either. All right, Mike, I don't ever want to fly in something that somebody built in their garage. That's just my personal rule. Even if they're handy with a wrench, that's my nah. I don't like home built airplanes. I'm just not into them. Gentlemen, this has been a good day of flying and interesting place to wind up. So we'll meet up again hopefully Friday. If all goes well, we'll do Friday, and yeah, Kashif will be able to join us, and we'll do some flying. Yeah, Mike, I'm not flying some no RV10s. Especially, I mean, if I built it, that's one thing, but if I built it, you wouldn't want to fly it to begin with. Uh, so, gentlemen, everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. Hans, Mike, Jay Murder, Jason, D-Dog, all the way from Indonesia. How did I not know that? I'm blown away. I'm amazed that you're from Indonesia. That's amazing. Or in Indonesia, in any event. Kashif, good to see you. I hope the rest of your workday goes well, my friend. Magnum PI, thanks for flying along, buddy. Appreciate it. Bob, thank you for joining. Chris, good to see you. Mike Coffee, as always. Hans Boone, Magnum PI. It's a good turnout today. Jim Bridgman, thank you, sir. Dan, who was here early, I'm gonna check in the Discord. I'm gonna find that book and let you know. Um, but yeah, guys, it was a good time. Hope everybody enjoyed it. And Bambaso, good to see you as well, sir. Good to see you as well. And Peter, as always, Kenneth, Tony was here earlier as well. James was here as well. Good to see you guys. Adriano, I missed it. Man, you know what? Every once in a while I'll miss a comment. And Adriano, I missed yours. Please do join us next time if you'd like to. I would love to have you along. And D-Dog, pleasure's all mine, sir. Hans, Mike, Bob, Chris, you guys are great. Appreciate it. I'm going to hop off and get my workday wrapped up. I hope you guys all have and Peter, you as well. Yeah, I bet you. 4 gigs in a row. Peter, have a good night. Get some rest, and good luck with the shows. And I will talk to you guys all very, very soon. Everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take it easy, guys.